Are you short on time, but you need a quilt now?
Then our November Quilt of the Month is perfect for you. It's so fast you can make the top in a day. Hi, it's Donna Robertson.
And Fran Morgan with Fabric Café.
Christmas is only 7 weeks away. Do you have all of your quilt gifts done?
If you're feeling a little short on time and need a quilt fast, then our November Quilt of the Month is perfect for you.
It's so fast you can make this top in a day. Let's check it out. Now, the town square pattern is a go-to pattern for so many of our quilters. The quilt finishes at 46 by 60, and one of the things that makes this pattern so fast is it's a one-block quilt, and you'll be able to sit down, start sewing, get on the groove, and get those blocks made really quickly. You can also use directional fabric in the number 1 position, so that makes it a lot of fun picking out that one focus fabric that you want to show off. This quilt has a great effect that makes it look like your focus blocks are just kind of floating on the surface of the quilt. Let's put it on the table and I'll show you how easy it is to make this block. First of all, you're going to do that wonderful thing called a square.
And so easy to cut.
We already have half the quilt done.
All right, that's awesome.
Okay, so you're going to start with a square and a strip assembly. Now, when we make our strip assemblies, we just put those long strips together, and then we cut units off of the side of that strip assembly. There you go, Fran, thanks.
You're welcome.
So you cut those units right off of that. Then this is going to go right down here, and this unit is going to go right up here. Now we still have our seam allowances on this, so I'm going to kind of overlap them just a little bit. Then we're going to do another strip assembly. And as you can see, this strip assembly is just wider strips that are sewn together.
Okay.
So you've got your strip assembly, you cut those units off of the side, and you sew them one here and one here. That is your block, and that was so easy.
That is so easy.
Just so easy. So whenever you make this, you're making one block. You just keep making the same block over and over and over again. You place them on your quilt and make your rows.
And I'm loving this fabric.
You know, if you've ever made a 3-yard quilt, you know that simple strategy that we use each and every time to help you pick out your fabrics for your quilt. And it's so simple. First of all, we pick out the number 1 fabric. It's the focus fabric, and it's the one that you want to show off the most. And then our patterns show you exactly where to put that. And then we're going to take that out of the equation, compare the next 2 fabrics, and you'll get a light and a dark. The light becomes your number 2 fabric, and that's usually the background. The darkest will become your number 3 fabric, and it's usually the pop of color and the extra contrast. So let's look at the fabric and show you how that works. So we have our focus fabric. This is a great novelty print, and this quilt is perfect for novelty prints because this big block really will show off some fun fabrics.
Yes,
I agree. Then the other 2 colors just frame it out so nicely.
Love it. And you're going to really see those cards in this block. I mean, I can see it. And it's directional a little bit, so that's going to work perfect in this.
Directional works beautifully in this quilt. So you do not have to have any worries when you're picking out that. Okay, so then we took that out of the equation, and we have our number 2 and 3. We compare those to get that 2, and it's going to go here and here on your quilt. And these, that's so cool. There's the little, the suits of the cards.
All the little icons from the card suits. I love that.
Yeah, I like that too. So then we're going to take our number 3 fabric. That's your darkest fabric. It's going to cause that pop of color and add the contrast. You can see how those 2 really do contrast. Is this not cool?
I love this.
I do too. I love the way that black and red just creates that dynamic background. It doesn't compete with that focus fabric, so you really do see those cards.
What a great quilt for a game room or for someone who loves to play cards.
Yeah, and if you had a game room, wouldn't that look cool even as a wall hanging?
Oh, it would.
It would be be absolutely darling. So this is going to make the perfect gift.
Yeah, and that green really contrasts with both that black and that red. I mean, it is the perfect color combination.
I agree. Now, we named this one Card Trick, and it's the town square pattern from the Easy Peasy 3-Yard Quilt book.
Now, our next kit is so sweet. It has this wonderful floral fabric, and it has some bees in there too on our number 2 fabric, and I just love it. This is so much fun. I think it'd be great for anyone that loved gardening. It would be great. And these look like they're hand painted.
They're gorgeous. I love that.
And this is going to go in our big block here. And I think it's really neat, this big block with all these different fabrics. Mm-hmm. You can customize this quilt according to the interest of a gift recipient, which I think is very cool. So
that is.
Love flowers, or maybe they loved gaming.
Mm-hmm. Or animals of some, horses or dogs or cats.
Would just be so easy. Here come those bees. I think it's so cute. Okay. So for our number 2, we have this fabric with the little bees all over it. You can see they're flying all around. And that is going to go everywhere that you see the white here. Now, we kept that same kind of theme with the little spiral flying, all around, all the little buzzing and wind, and with our number 3 fabric. We have this great purple that's a tone-on-tone that has all these kind of swirl designs in them. And that is going to go everywhere you see the turquoise here.
That's going to make a dynamic border for those flowers.
Yeah, I really think so. And I think it has just a touch of whimsy, but still all of the brilliance of that floral. That flower fabric in the focus position is perfect. And those bees buzzing all around, those bees are so important to our lives.
Oh, they are.
And they just are perfect for this quilt in that gorgeous purple. Gorgeous purple.
It kind of brings it to life.
Yeah, it really anchors it all and really gives it lots of fun, interest, and movement. So let me get you the kit information on this one. It is called Lavender Buzz, and this is our town square pattern.
Now, on this next quilt, before I show you the fabric, I want to remind you to stay tuned till the very end. We have some great quilt photos that you're not going to want to miss. This fabric is perfect for the outdoorsy person in your life.
Yes.
And think photographers.
Oh.
When we went to watch the elk when we were up in Montana, there were so many people, including me, except that was back in the olden days.
Oh, yeah. Now it's the phone and you're doing this. Yeah.
Okay. So with the number 1 fabric, we have this gorgeous mousse fabric, and it really is absolutely fantastic. It is a directional fabric, so it's going to fit right here perfectly.
And this is really cool because it has the water with the lily pads, and it's autumn because all the trees are changing colors.
They're definitely in their environment, and those are going to look so great in that number 1 spot. Now, we wanted the mousse fabric to really stand out, so we pulled out some of those earthy tones like Fran was talking about from the landscape, that sandy color, and then the brown of the mousse. So it's actually going to make this blue stand out even more in that number 1 fabric.
I can see that.
So we have our sandy color here. That's going to be our number 2 fabric, and it's going to go right here. And then we have our number 3 fabric, and that's going to go right down here. And you can see how that is going to just perfectly coordinate it with this fabric.
It is really good too. And those 2 and 3 fabrics have such a great kind of rustic texture to them that I think it really kind of stays in the genre of the mousse.
Absolutely.
So to speak. It's really cool.
It's the perfect novelty print quilt.
Yes. And I find it so interesting with our 3-yard quilts, and if we stick to our strategy, how it works, and it looks so different. It's like a different pattern when you put different fabrics. This is such a great example of that because it goes very log cabin, mountain,
right,
kind of earthy.
Totally different from the cute little flowers and bumblebees.
Yes. So it looks amazing.
It really does. And so this quilt kit is called Moose Tracks.
Now, our next kit is a little unique, and you know what? I actually learned something about this fabric.
I did too.
I thought it was pretty cool. So we have this great novelty print that's for anybody, young at heart, young person, just people that like really unique things like me.
That people want to smile.
Yes.
It's great to have your fabric smile back at you.
And these little guys are smiling. Now, these are axolotls. And an axolotl is a type of aquatic salamander, which I think is very cool. And they are always smiling.
I think that's so fun.
And they're just so cute. We have blues and beiges and purples and orange. And you can see they all just have the happiest little face. They're so cute. All right, these little guys, these little happy guys are going to go in our big block because they're the star, because they're so happy.
They deserve to be the star.
Just love it. Our number 2 fabric, we chose to keep this in the same blue tones just so that our axolotls will have all the attention. But I think this also keeps that aquatic feeling going.
Oh, yeah, it does.
A little bit. And that is going to go everywhere you see the white. And then, just to keep that aquatic going, we've taken it a darker blue for our number 3. It is going to go where the jade green is here. So it's going to just really help those axolotls pop off the surface. It is so cute.
Well, you know, I don't know that I've had that many critters smiling at me at once, ever. It's so cute.
It is really, really cute. And I love the way that the tones of blue really keep that aquatic, watery feeling.
Kind of a look and feel, yeah.
Yeah. And then you're like peeking into those blocks and you can see all those guys kind of swimming around. So it's very, very cute. Really love this one. All right, now, don't forget, for a limited time, you can get 10% off the downloadable pattern for our November Quilt of the Month Town Square. Just use the coupon code on the screen. It runs from today until the end of November. Now let's get you the kit information on this adorable kit. It is called Aqua Pals.
Now, who doesn't love roses?
Especially when they're at Christmas. Is it time to decorate now?
Well, they do make the perfect Christmas decoration. You know, they just have that natural Christmas red color.
Oh, yes. And the beautiful cream.
Yep.
And all of this little gilded gold. And
And they go well with holly, obviously.
And
they
berries,
look really,
yes.
so pretty. And it even has some pine cones with those holly berries. It is just a gorgeous fabric, and it's going to be beautiful in this square right here.
so pretty.
I think
so
so.
pretty.
Now, we picked the lightest colors from the number 1 fabric for our number 2 fabric. And, of course, since it's a Christmas rose, we are going to have a little sprinkling of gold snow.
Yes.
So this is going to be in the number 2 spot. And then we just mimicked the same print with the red. So the number 3 fabric is going to be this real rich red on this outside with the same gold sprinkling snow. It's really beautiful.
It is beautiful.
And it's going to look great as a frame of these roses.
You know what I really like is our focus fabric has a black background. And I think that actually helps it come forward on the quilt and really be elevated off of the surface a little bit. It gives
I
that
agree.
sense. And I think that the red and cream is perfect.
Yeah, it is gorgeous. Now this kit is Christmas Bouquet.
Mom, do you remember at the very beginning of this video when we talked about how any fabric will go in this quilt and look amazing?
Yes, and we've proved it so far.
We have proven it. Now we have yet another style of fabric that's going to look amazing in this quilt. This is such a gorgeous modern vibe to this focus fabric. I love modern fabrics because they're so vibrant in color and they're just all of these shapes blended together, and it just is so rich. Now this is going to go in our big square here, so of course it is our focus. And then for our number 2, we've picked up a nice off-white that has words on it, kind of like a journal or something like that. And I think it's neat because it really gives a good texture to our number 2 fabric and coordinates so well with our focus. So good. It's going to go where you see the white here, and then just to anchor it all and keep it that amazing modern flair that we love here, we're going to give it a textured black for our number 3. That will go everywhere you see this jade green blue here. And it's just going to be perfect for this quilt. I really like this one. I know I'm really drawn to this style of fabric, and it's really gorgeous.
You know, I'm a big journaler. And wouldn't it be great to make this for somebody that likes to journal and give them an ink pen and a journal with the quilt?
What a great gift
Wouldn't
idea.
that be fun?
I love the bright color in all these abstract forms with the black and the white in the background.
I do too.
It's
great.
It just is.
And I love the black and white checkerboard in the background.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
It's very fun. All right, let's get you the kit information on this. It is called Metro Pop. We wanted to share some pictures of your quilts from last month's Quilt of the Month, Streetcar. Now, Deborah sent in this adorable streetcar version. She used a chicken panel. She didn't quite have enough chicken panels, so she added an additional color for her big blocks on that bottom row.
Great idea.
It is a great idea. I love the way this turned out. So cute. Great job, Deborah.
Now, Shauna made a monochromatic Halloween quilt, and it looks like she used running yardage. That was so cool. And she added a custom backing. So she used some of that yardage on the backing as well. That's a super idea, Shauna.
Yeah, very good. Now Margie sent in this one, and she changed up her secondary block, which I think is very interesting and very creative, Margie. Good job. So instead of making a rectangular kind of a shape on her alternate block, she just did the strip assembly units, and then she put a different fabric in all of her big squares. And it kind of looks a little scrappy, which I love.
I like that
so
too.
good. Good creative change.
Now, Joni made 2 different versions in a similar fabric. So she changed her fabric placement a little bit, and they both look so unique, even though there's the same kind of colorway. And she decided to make them bigger than the standard size.
And you know, both of these are gorgeous. Regardless of which way you place your colors on this, it worked so well, Joni.
Absolutely. Great job, Joni.
Now we also have some great pictures of your August Quilt of the Month, Vintage. Now Janet sent in this one, and she used a layer cake for her blocks. And I love this. All of her blocks are different color, and it's such a fresh, happy quilt with all of those purples and oranges and greens. Love the way it came together. And she used some scraps from layer cakes to make her border. She pieced that outer border with all of her leftovers. I love it.
Such a great idea.
Good job, Janet.
Now, Holly used coffee cups for her focus, which is my focus every morning. Not fabric, but coffee. It is definitely near and dear to our hearts, Holly. And look at the great geometrics in her number 3 fabric. It adds so much interest.
I agree. It just gives some nice texture there.
So fun, Holly. Great job.
Now, Anita sent in her vintage, and she used panel blocks that were not quite big enough that the pattern calls for. So she added a little border around them. That was such a great creative solution. That little bit of white border that she added really helps her panel blocks pop off of the surface of this quilt, and really helps you see those little connecting stars. I think it's perfect. Good
It adds
job.
a little focus.
Yeah.
Now, Jerry used seashells with bright companion fabrics, and it made it such a happy quilt.
Yes, I love it. It's like sea and sun.
Yeah, and you can see the sand, you can see the sunshine, you can see everything.
It's so good.
Great, very happy quilt, Jerry.
Now, Stella sent in this one, and she made it a little bit bigger. I think this is so elegant with the bumblebee panels and the black and the creams. Very gorgeous. Really, really liked it. And she made it for her friend, and I'm sure that her friend is going to just love it. Great, great job, Stella.
Now, Julia did something really fun. I wonder if she named this fruit salad. She used fat quarters for the centers of her block, and there's different fruit in all of those blocks, and I think it is so
That is great.
cool. And she used a green dot for the number 3 fabric, and it's a great choice because it ties all of that fruit together because there's a little bit of green in most of those blocks.
Yeah, I love it.
I think that looks great. It looks really yummy, Julie.
Now, we get so many wonderful photos from you. We want to share as many as we can.
We have some great pictures of quilts from February using our Gatsby pattern. I love all the colors you used, and you used some really nice ones in your background that make the piecing really go pop.
We also have some from our May Quilt of the Month, Hopscotch. I've gotten so many ideas for this pattern from seeing all of the combinations you've put together. It's amazing.
If you've made one of our Quilt of the Month patterns, please send us a picture.
If you don't finish it in the same month, that's okay. We still want to see a picture of it.
Send your pictures of your quilts to quiltstars@fabriccafe.com.
If you would like to learn more about some of our other one-day quilts, then be sure to watch the video that pops up. Happy quilting!